Oh, it's time, baby. It's time. Finally, we are live once again for a football game. What's going on? What is going on? Oh, it's been long overdue, man. It's been long overdue. Nancy done finally let us free. It's been long overdue. We ain't gonna have no big ass sevens and things of that nature. We're just hanging out this time. We gonna bring it out for week 13. But oh man, you love to see it. Finally, this has been the longest week of football in history. It's been too goddamn long. This season alone, I think there's been a game played every single day. That's ridiculous. But for Baltimore, as we all know, you got COVID all over the doggone place, so you can't have their entire roster active. It's unfortunate for them. But for Pittsburgh, Marquise Pouncey, he ain't going to be playing. But, oh, man, it's been long overdue, man. It's been long overdue. What's going on? What's up? What is up? How y'all doing? Jeffrey in the building. Who's in the building? Sherrod Petaway, Mahmoud, Nathan, Kristen, DeWillie, Blick Panther, Jacob, Amir, Dragoon, Hunter Thomas, always in the house. A-Money, what's going on? Jamar, Davian. On YouTube, Keyshawn, DeMonica, Aviation, Hentai God, Double A Production, Kyle, Chris Porter, Jalen, Diego, Nathan, Josiah, Bryson. You love to see it. We'll see in the building. Steeler Nation, stand up. What is going on, man? P1 Gabe 35 in the house. Ooh, Frank Costanza challenge. Big hit. Oh, yes. Call up Randy Orton. Somebody's going to have to go out there and bust out a punt, baby. That's what you love to see. J.D. Davis in the house. Amari, what's going on? Candace in the building. It's been a long time, Candace. It's been a long time. We finally can go live during a football game. God damn. Yeah, the man got wrecked. Aviation, you're right. He got wrecked. All kinds of shoulder pads straight through his sternum. I know you're going to be on the sideline like, my shoulder. I feel pain in my back. World Industries in the house. Chiseled Adonis in the house. I like what you did there with your name there. Hey, John Neeson already put 2 on it. Said they blacked out the game wherever you live. Where the hell do you live, John? Where do you live? How's the game blacked out? It should be on national television on NBC. Turn off your TV, turn it back on. Turn off your cable, plug it back in. Well, don't turn it off. I don't think you can turn off cable. Well, you got to press the button, right? Technically, that's turn it off. Turn it off, turn it back on, unplug it, plug it back in. You should be able to see the game wherever you are. You could be in Nicaragua. The game should be on. Should it be on? I'm not sure. I got a cigar from Nicaragua, but we ain't talking about that right now. John in the building. What's going on? Christina in the house. Zaza in the house. Colton, what's going on? DeWillie says, am I going live for NXT tonight? Perhaps. We'll have to see. Really depends. Ooh, then again, I'm not too sure because I got to do this commentary after this game for the people on my Patreon. Why? Because you get it early and ad-free. All right? So if you haven't already became a member on my Patreon, make sure you do so. J.C. Hassenauer. Kind of name is that? But he got to start for Marquise Pouncey. Why? Because Pouncey put on the COVID list. Mr. Endzone said the 2-pen glove. Indeed. You know, when it get cold outside, you got to put on those 2 gloves, man. But his name ain't Teddy. We already taking shots. Hands just for decoration. God damn. Claypool, hands for decoration. He ain't no Deadpool. I'll tell you that right now, although he got them 8 TDs. I predicted at the beginning of the season, did I not? I said Claypool was going to have at least 8 TDs. He already got it. Zach said OnlyFans. Oh, no, not my OnlyFans on Patreon. Well, technically, it is OnlyFans. It was around before OnlyFans. It's just that the harlots and the thots and the hoes made OnlyFans weird. Before it was supposed to be only for music, but people started busting it wide open. He said, wait a minute, I went on OnlyFans. I was looking for some music. Evidently, you showed up and somebody had their leg in the air. You said, wait a minute, why am I seeing some fire action on OnlyFans? I didn't plan for that. And it got contaminated. Only place you should be seeing hoes is when you go to Home Depot to get some gardening tools. It turns out Pittsburgh's going to be out here participating in the Randy Orton challenge because they're going to be out here, punting as well. Kyle in the building, what's going on? Nicholas said, what, 10 TDs? Well, initially I had said at least 8. So we'll see. Claypool need to get his hands off of the Christmas ornaments. Evidently, it turned to December. This man said, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let me put my hands, next to the Dragon Ball ornaments. Let me put my hands over there because I don't mind if they look like decoration. Josh Neeson put another 5 on it. Said it's some disagreement with DirecTV and NBC. You live in Atlanta. You hot right now. Shit, I'd be hot too. DirecTV's not allowing you to see games on NBC? Let me tell you something, NBC. Or I should say DirecTV. It's got to be DirecTV. It's not NBC fault. Put your motherfucking head back down. If you got DirecTV, put your motherfucking head back down. Why can't John see the game? Let John see the game. He's in Atlanta. Ain't Atlanta supposed to be Wakanda? We're not going to go there. Can't say where's the Black Panther because we done lost him this year. God damn. This took a turn. I'm sad. Shit. I wasn't ready to go there. See, this is what happened when you say whatever comes to your mind first. Damn. We lost Chadwick Boseman. Fuck 2020, man. Shit. Switch your cable company, John. I'm not gonna cry. Not gonna cry. Wait, we got people in Atlanta who already got, who actually seeing the game? Hoodie Zay said he's seeing the game. It might just be in your region. Use the NFL app, John. Get on the NFL app. Nathan says Dish Network took CBS off their airways. What? You can't take CBS off your airways? How does that happen? CBS been around since the dawn of time. CBS was broadcasting when they crucified Jesus. They've been around since BC. That's a lie. I'll write that down. CBS been around for too damn long. Oh, Pat Patterson passed away earlier today as well, or was it yesterday night? But I saw the report today. So oof. That is it's brutal. Somebody saw, oh yeah, they're still Sunday night football because that was the initial graphic. I should say Thursday night football. Then they made it Sunday night football, but since it's broadcast by NBC, that crew only does Sunday night football. But they had the rights to the late game for the Thursday night Thanksgiving game. So I guess all of the graphics is going to keep saying Sunday night football. They should have changed it to a W. But I think nobody in the graphics, room actually has a W prepared. But if you guys did not already know the passing of Pat Patterson, it really is unfortunate sort of situation. I'm not happy about it at all. I don't think anybody's happy about it. Nobody really saw it coming, but goddamn. This has not been a good year. Still 0-0. Nobody scored yet. Oh, I ought to put that on the screen. Let me put that on the screen here. And if you haven't already, download the Hot Mic app, use the promo code Adonis, and you can enter to win yourself a PS5 or Xbox X. Let me put on those, we just wait. Oh, wow, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Butterfingers. In Tennessee, when you want to eat chocolate, you eat, Henry's. But RG3's favorite chocolate is Butterfingers. Why the game keep getting pushed back? Because too many people done went out there and caught COVID. But guess what? It appears that RG3 might just have COVID himself because he out there coughing up the ball. At least on a handoff. You love to see it, yes, yes. Rather fortuitous field position for my Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's take advantage. When you turn over the football, you gotta make sure you can score. I'd hate if we didn't score here. We better score. Hey, Mastodon Gaming in the house. What is going on? Oh, man. You gotta love the live personality, don't you? Excite in the building. You were talking about having this stream for a long time, Excite. You've been calling for this for a long time, and you've been backing your Ravens flock. They better back it up for you, brother. They better back, because you know I've never been a fan to talk trash. I've never been that guy. All right, I've never been that guy. I've never been that sports fan. I'm not going to down talk teams. I'll have my jokes here and there, but I respect the fans of the Baltimore Ravens. I respect the Baltimore organization. But damn it, you've been talking some trash behind your team now. They better go out there and back it up for you. Oh, you love to see it. Oh boy, this smells. And he's gonna move those chains. Oh yeah, you love to see it. Yeah, NBC, ABC, CBS should be everywhere. So that's very bizarre that these cable companies are cutting stuff off. That's weird. Especially it's not before 2008 anymore, where they're gonna literally cut your cable if you don't got, if you don't pay for it. So TJ says put Derek Watt at fullback. I agree. Give the brother snaps. Why is he only playing primarily on special teams? When we run out the I formation, good things happen. Jeter's Life put 199 on and said, Lizzo wants me back. Let me tell you something, Lizzo. I don't want you back. More importantly, I never had you. I don't know what sort of hot dog dream she may have had when she had me, but she never had me in real life. Ain't nobody trying to get their hands on no Lizzo, unless, of course, that's your own kink. That's your favorite, kind of body-built women. That's your fan, all right? If you like yourself a little bit of a BBW, go ahead and do that. But for me, BBW stands for something a little bit different, all right? It's badly built woman. It's not beautiful big woman, all right? It's a little bit different. But hey, everybody got their own likes. I ain't gonna kink shame you. I ain't gonna, disrespect your likes. If that's what you into, go ahead and do that. War Dog Leader, put 5 on it. So can you lose just one game so the Dolphin can keep the perfect season record, please? Much love from Scotland. I'm the GOAT. I am not yet the GOAT. There's a lot of work that has to be done for me to be the GOAT, but I'll tell you this much. Lose one game so the Dolphins can remain as the only perfect team to get it done? No. Or, as Dr. Evil once said, how about no? I mean, the Patriots did it, but, they didn't quite get the job done. Eli Manning, let me throw the ball. David Tyree, I like balls connected to my head. And then there went 18-1 for you. Where is the Watt? We need to give some damn snaps to the most Watt of Derricks. Oh, boy. Frank Costanza challenge right at the damn 1-yard line. Looks like we're, stopping short. If I was the most Mike of Tomlins, I'd go for it. DJ said I'm way too humble, but I'm on my GOAT-ish. Not yet. I got a lot of work to do. I still got a lot of work to do, man. GOAT is the greatest of all time. When it was coined, it's for the greatest of all time. I am nowhere near that. I got a lot of work to do. The Elite said he just followed me on Hot Mic. Much love, man. Make sure you download that Hot Mic app. Use the promo code Adonis so you can possibly qualify to win. Or I shouldn't really say possibly qualify. You will qualify to win yourself PS5 or Xbox X. And what I'm probably going to do after the first initial winners, every 5,000, somebody fixing to go and win themselves a console. Well, damn. What are you doing? Wafflithburger, he's cooking up some apple turnovers. What's wrong with him? It's a goddamn shame. Good job to the Baltimore Ravens, man. Good job. Excite, they backing you up, brother. They backing you up. It's December, and evidently Roethlisberger want to go and cook up some turnovers. For reasons I wish I could understand. Mario claps for the Ravens and their goal line stand. Good job to the Baltimore Ravens. The score remains at 0-0. Ross says, so they don't run on the 1-yard line. No, they don't, for some apparent reason. Well, then again, I mean, 4th and I'd have ran. I understand you got to trust your best players. Big Ben just so happened to be your best player. But I done ran. We out there looking like Pete Carroll. Jonathan Hill put 2 on and said, thoughts on the Broncos QB incident? First and foremost, they should have wore their doggone mask. They did it to themselves. As for, them having to go and play with a practice squad QB, it truly is unfortunate. Rather bothersome. I understand why the game went on, but, I wouldn't have allowed it to continue to go on like that. But it is what it is. Why am I glitching? I feel like I'm glitching. Cameron said, who was that the ball was thrown to? Man, let me tell you something. Oh, matter of fact, you should say it was the ball, or was it Big Ben, or was it Jameis Winston? Shit, it kind of looked like Jameis out there. I don't know if anybody got graphic on Ben before the game, trying to eat himself a W. If Ben was doing that, we're going to have a bad time. McLean in the building. Let me tell you something. Whoever designed that play call need to have Yokozuna drop on their face. That's what needs to happen. Whoever called that play call needs Yokozuna to drop on their face. They need a botched bonsai drop. Jameis Winston watching this game like, don't interject me into this. I didn't do nothing. He in his house like,
hell no.
Hell no. It's ridiculous.
How did we get to this point? Perfect field position, and we did a whole lot of nothing. We were supposed to score, and we didn't score.
I demand Roethlisberger on the sideline get a Yokozuna bonsai drop expeditiously. Because we just ruined a great play call. Went out there and I saw Big Ben throw the ball. I was like,
today. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
what is that? What was that throw? Come on, man. Don't do that. You're better than that. You big dummy. Now, can Baltimore take advantage and make Pittsburgh pay? We'll have to find out. Justin said this is the rematch we wanted, but we'll take it. Hey, it's the only rematch you can get. People were talking about a Week 18. Let me explain to you why Week 18 is dumb, all right? First off, there is no gap between Week 17 and Wild Card Weekend. So you would have to push back the playoffs, right? Let's say if in the event Pittsburgh was 15-0 going into this Week 18. And Kansas City, oh yes! Can I get a McPick 6? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Pick 6 in this bitch! Hello, Joe. Hello, Joe. Give me a Hayden. Oh, yes! Yes! Touchdown, baby! Illumicaic. Put 4.99 on it. My comprehension on 0. What was that? Hold on, Ravens flock. Let me do a little bit of a Hulk Hogan. Let me hear you. Of course I can't hear you. Everything's virtual. Wait a minute. All of that talking. How do you like it? Joshua already done turned into President Trump. Stop the count. Stop the count. End the game right here. Oh, this man Boswell's foot just for decoration. What's wrong with him? Don't make me put you in the death note. You fool. We took him to McDonald's, but evidently Boswell want to go out there and just give points on back. What's wrong with him? God, I need something to throw. He's an elbow pad, huh? Son of a bitch. Come on, Boswell, get your head out your ass. But like I was talking about before, all right? Like I was talking about before, Week 18 can't exist. Because if you're going to make a week for games to be played, if it's only going to be for one game, if it's meaningless, what are we even playing for? Either have the guilty party forfeit or play the game with whoever's there. You have extended rosters for a reason. Now, I'm not going to sit here and blame all of the stuff on Baltimore to make it seem as if these guys just came out here, yo, we got COVID, fuck everybody. No, that's not the case. I'm not going to make it seem as if, you know, it was some orchestrated plan to get Lamar Jackson to be available, to get Mark Ingram and everybody to be available. No, it was a negligent employee who just so happened to get a bunch of other people infected. It wasn't necessarily their fault. Although, you know, front office, it kind of falls down because you got to rally your troops to keep everything in line. So technically, it's your fault. But it wasn't some orchestrated plan from the NFL to protect the Baltimore Ravens. That wasn't the case. You try to contain and confine COVID as much as you can, so pushing the game back makes sense. The only problem was setting a date and leading up to the date. Now it's, oh, yo, we got to push it back again. Just say, yo, we're going to announce it when we can, instead of just setting dates, and pushing it back. That was the only problem. That's what my problem was. Had they said last Thursday, yo, we're going to push it back to next Wednesday, I'd have been perfectly fine, because that's on one and reschedule. You had people reschedule like 3 times, man. 3 times. You know how many times I had to call out of work? I don't got no job. Shit, I'm self-employed. You know how many times people had to call out of work and make forms to try to make it to see this game? Ridiculous. Jay Smith put 5 on it. Say A-State football 2010 in this hoe. Let's go. Hey, I'm A-State football 2012, 2013. Hey, well, I got some A-State stuff over here. Shit. Oh, it's probably somewhere over there. Oh, yeah, I can see my hoodie from here. It's out of reach. Yo, who is kicking the football off? Why can't we kick it into the end zone? What are we doing? Feet just for decoration. Master Don says 3 turnovers in the first quarter alone. Sloppy football, ain't it? This man, Big Ben, really went out there and threw a gift. Christmas came early for Baltimore. God damn, Ben really just threw a gift. Wow, Ravens have 4 turnovers in the first quarter this season, all against Pittsburgh. That's interesting. CMB said, hope the Chiseled Adonis is doing better, bro. No, the unchiseled Adonis isn't the one who got into the car accident. My other brother, he got to, well, we've been literally my first friend from diapers, from diapers. So we call ourselves brother. He's the one who got into the car accident. But he's fine. He's all right. The only problem that happened was because he has a bit of kidney failure. So because that's the situation, everything considered, you trying not to, you have a disastrous sort of situation. The car's done. He seems to be okay. But the unchiseled Adonis seems to be all right. You know, he's just same problems, just extremely large, having to go through doors sideways, stretching out his sneakers. Underwear doesn't seem to have a long lifespan because the elasticity seems to be written into the death note after multiple wears. But outside of that, the unchiseled Adonis is doing fine. P1 Gabe 35 says the unknown Adonis. Perhaps we could go with that name. David said, is this the one on Amazon Prime? This game? I'm not sure. Dashville says Steelers only have a great defense. Ben is suspect. Let me tell you something. Look yourself in the mirror. Slap what you see. You can't sit here and say Ben is suspect. He's still 20, if I'm not mistaken, 24 touchdowns to now 6 INTs? Or 23 touchdowns to 6 INTs? How are we going to sit here and say man's a suspect? Oh, he never got rid of the ball. Yeah, it's about to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Look like RG3 just got his hands on some potatoes because he got introduced to a sack. 615 random goat put 2 on and said the Saints are the best, or I should say the EST of the NFC. Who that? Let me tell you something. Perhaps right now in the NFC is it's hard to figure out. The Saints have been consistent. Tampa Bay, over the course of the past 2 weeks, have taken quite the slump. Green Bay still looks good, but that defense is a bit suspect, regardless of the fact that they have been playing a little bit better. Indianapolis, that's the AFC. They beat Green Bay, so that's what kind of had Green Bay like, I don't know about that defense. But the Rams, you don't know what you're going to get. The Cardinals, you don't know what you're going to get. Seattle, I'm not concerned offensively. But their defense is giving up historic numbers through the air. I have no faith in them. We're not even going to address the NFC East. So I can roll with the Saints being number 1. Oh, Butterfingers. Golly. All kinds of turnovers being done today. Golly, what in the world is going on here? Hands just for decoration. It's going to be a long day. Look like COVID all over this game because both teams coughing up the ball. Wow, what's wrong with him? Justin Morgan put 5 on and said, my Ravens might lose, but at least I have the Chiseled Adonis to make it entertaining. Let me tell you something. The way you're looking right now, Pittsburgh's on the ropes. Ravens got the football in rather fortuitous a field position. Ray McLeod went out there in his hands just for decoration. He had too much time to himself between games. He had too much lube remaining on his gloves. He went out there and slipped out of his hands. Couldn't hold on to his balls. Call him Caitlyn Jenner. Give him the bottom surgery. He don't want his balls no more. Kaysen said, what's going on? A whole lot of turnovers. Cleveland pastry chef Baker Mayfield just so happened to be the man who makes turnovers, but turns out it's since set out a plague on the AFC North. What was it going on in the Wano Kingdom? Plague bullets? Evidently, Baker Mayfield somewhere sitting in OH. Oh, shooting some plague bullets at Heinz Field. The land of ketchup is filled with a whole lot of Butterfingers. CMB said Seahawks defense out there looking like AOC Green New Deal. Too many holes in it. It's brutal out there. Seattle's defense, I don't know what the deal is. Jamal Adams, in my opinion, was the best safety in the NFL at the conclusion of last year. Eddie Jackson got something to say about it. Derwin James still got something to say about it. Harrison Smith, I got to give respect to Harrison Smith because he's been doing it for a long time. So I'm not going to sit over here and make it seem like Son ain't, consistent. There's a whole lot of different safeties, but for me, Jamal Adams, he was that guy. Son put on the Seattle uniform. He ain't really been himself, at least in coverage. When it comes to getting after the QB or run stopping, he's still there. Buda Baker's playing great. No. At the conclusion of last year, that's why I quantified it. The conclusion of last year, Buda Baker was not playing better than Jamal Adams. I'm not a creature of the moment. I need to see, periods of time. And Adams, the way he was playing, was great. Sean Drake says, remember when RG3 was good? Pepperidge Farm remembers. It was quite some time ago. But he about to make a play here. Moving them chains. Master Don said, I'm surprised I didn't say Minka because Minka only had 1 year. He had a decent rookie season when he was in Miami, but off of 1 season, I'm not going to crown you best player, at your position. That's foolish. You need time. Only position in football to where you can almost say, that's the best in football after 1 year or maybe 2 years is the running back position because the shelf life is so short where you literally have to come into the league in your prime. You don't get a chance to be slow when you're a running back. You have it's 2 years now. If you're not productive in your first 2 years, take the L out of lover. It's fixing to be over, brother. Luke says Cam Chancellor, the best safety in the last 10 years. Let me tell you something. Cam Chancellor wasn't even better than Earl Thomas. Chancellor was sensational as a strong safety, but he wasn't better than Earl Thomas at the safety position. Now, if we're going to separate, strong safety and free safety, you can almost make an argument, but at the same time, I don't know if you could say the entire decade. How long has Cam Chancellor been out of football? 4 years? 5 years? So I don't know. It's a tough one. D-Trust in the building. What's going on? Alex Brown said, I think the Steelers have one of the best defenses in the league. They do. They do. Angel said, do I think DK Metcalf is the next Megatron? No. He's going to be the first DK Metcalf. Give him some time. Give him some time to continue to mature. Because the way he's playing right now and the way that he plays, you definitely can see the comparisons to Megatron, but it's far too early to call. Give him some time. A lot of people said you can't compare the two because Megatron had Stafford, like Stafford's some slouch. Put Stafford in a competent organization. Watch him flourish. Ian says Steelers first round exit. They're not going to be playing in the first round. They're going to have that first round bye as long as they stay undefeated because Kansas City looking like they ain't fixing to lose another game for the regular season. Tie game. Baltimore gets it done. He's Megatron against the Eagles. I guess you could say that much. X-Side says, am I streaming tonight for AEW or NXT? I am not sure. Really depends. We'll have to see. Texas Roadrunner in the building says, shout out from Fort Worth, Texas. Hey, what's going on? Ravens, clap it up again. Mario claps for the Ravens. Opportunity to take the lead here. Brassman put 5 on and say, yo, what's going on? How's it going, Brassman? How's it going? Just saying, says Stafford on the Rams. They might win the Super Bowl. I don't know. They need a little bit more consistent running back play.
My name is Malcolm Brown, and I'm about to be not being real consistent now.
He need to get it together. Cam Akers need to get it together, and Baltimore takes the lead. 7-6. It don't matter who lines up, who's playing or who's not playing. Let me tell you something. This is going to be a slugfest. It's not going to be a blowout. Granted, my prediction is 23-10, but still. Kevin asked who I got in the NFC East. I talked about it in my, in the premiere for the Thanksgiving games a little bit earlier. For some reason, and don't get me wrong, for some reason, and I'm not saying this because I'm a fan or I think Philly going to win the NFC East. Truly, I think Philly's going to win the NFC East. The most potential to win it is probably Washington. A piece of me really wants to say Dallas, but they have played so abysmal this season, there's no possible way. Washington is in the prime position to go. With New York losing their quarterback and Daniel Jones having to deal with the injury of the hamstring, and now they're going to have to play with Colt McCoy, I have no confidence in the Giants. Washington, they should, but I feel like they won't. And by process of elimination, the Eagles are there. Dallas is so, and mind you, Dallas is prime for the picking. You should. If I look at Philly's schedule right now, right? If I look at the Eagles' schedule right now, the remaining games, they have the Packers. Let's just go ahead and mark in an L right there. You got the the Saints. Packers, that's an L. Saints, that's an L. That might be an L too. It should be an L. Hell, Darius Slay got cooked by DK Metcalf. There's no way he's not going to get cooked by DeAndre Hopkins. Cowboys, Eagles, those should both be W's. God damn, you know what? That's 2 out of 5. Cowboys, Let's take a look. I can't trust Philly's off. I can't. Cowboys, the Ravens, Bengals, 49ers, Eagles, Giants. Okay. That's possibly 2 out of 5. Shit. Okay. And Washington, because I have no faith in the Giants. But I'll look at who the Giants have remaining as well. Seattle. Oh, that should be an easy W for Seattle. There's no such thing as easy W's in the NFL. But the Seattle, Cardinals, Browns, Ravens. Yeah, definitely. The Giants ain't going to get it at all. I have no confidence in them to win these games at all. And last but not least would be the football team. Pittsburgh, which I think they actually have. If there was any game that Pittsburgh has the potential of losing right now, unless it's against Baltimore, I think Pittsburgh has they're going to have to sneak out a victory against Washington. The game's going to be just like the Dallas game. It's going to be close than a son bitch. A lot of people going to look into this game, man, you're going to take care of it. No. Oh, no. Ain't going to be no cupcake. They got a gang arrest, and you playing off for 3 days of sleep. Telling you right now, that game against Washington is going to be a slugfest. If Pittsburgh walks away with the W against Baltimore, don't just start smiling. Hey, we're 11-0. You better be worried. Be concerned. I'm telling you right now, be concerned. Washington got Seattle. They got Pittsburgh, the 49ers, Seattle, Carolina, Eagles. You know what? The record remaining, Dallas has probably the easier schedule of the 4 teams in the NFC East. Dallas has the easier schedule down the stretch. However, I think Philly could pull one out against a good team. I think Philly could surprise. I don't know why, but I feel like Philly could possibly beat Arizona for reasons I wish I knew, but because Arizona's been kind of inconsistent, I feel like Philly can mess around and have a good game. It's not a guarantee. Don't get me wrong. This ain't no guarantee. Possibly, though. But the Packers should take care of business against the Eagles, no problem. That should be easy, no problem. The Saints should beat the Eagles, no problem. But the only thing is, as long as the other teams in the NFC East continue to lose, you'll never see a separation. The Eagles having a tie is so, it's such an arduous sort of situation for them that they have themselves a tie. Or I should say it's what is the word I'm looking for? Not arduous. Arduous is the wrong word. What is the word I'm looking for here? Auspicious situation for the Eagles that they have a tie. Because I can see a scenario in which, you have a team that's 6-10 and the Eagles are 5-10 or 5-10-1. Or no, 6-10 will actually get you it. The Eagles are 6-9-1, and a team is like 5-10, and that's what gets the Eagles in. Mystic says, "God damn his vocabulary." I'm trying. I mean, I've actually been listening to a lot of Winston Churchill over the past 2 weeks. I started watching The Crown, great series, and I've been looking into seeing the difference between the real-time events. Or I should say how things happen in real life versus how things happen in the series. Very intriguing. British monarchy. Intriguing. Ruben says Claypool is going to be special. The Ravens should have drafted him. A lot of teams should have drafted him. If anybody who should be looking around the wide receiver room wondering why the hell they didn't draft nobody, it's the Eagles. Let me take Jalen Reagor. First, you have injury problems, and then production thus far this season has been piss poor. You have that J.J. Arkshaw, whatever the hell that dude's name is, and then you play against a guy who torches you in the last 2 meetings that you had in a DK Metcalf, and you missed out on him too. So it's brutal. The elite said, can I talk about Cam Newton? My opinion. I love Cam Newton, the person. Right now, Cam Newton, the player, it's brutal. Absolutely brutal. He can't throw the football. The man simply cannot throw the football. And we can talk about weapons all day. But if you watch the games, it's just like Carson Wentz. Who are you throwing the football to? What is your decision making here? And I love both those players. But right now, this season, it ain't their year, man. They're in a funk and they need to get themselves out. I think COVID had more to do with Cam's decline. Carson Wentz, it's just been completely inept. I don't know if it's Doug Peterson's play calling or whoever. I think he actually gave up play calling or relinquished it. Or was I thinking of Matt Nagy? Whoever the case was, he needed to get his head out of his ass. But Cam Newton, he just missing people, overthrowing people. He is struggling. Outside of just running the football, he's all right. But throwing it, he's struggling. These last 5 games, and mind you, I still believe New England's going to end with a winning record. In fact, I think they could sneak their way into the postseason. But game against Buffalo is really going to hurt New England. And who did New England lose to last week? They beat Arizona this week, but they lost to somebody last week. They threw a Hail Mary and it came up just short. Who was that? Somebody will tell me. But I had them, slotted to win that game, and they didn't. Right? The Texans. That's what it was. The Texans, right? I think they can still somehow make the postseason. No, Cam doesn't necessarily need a bunch of wide receivers there. Cam needs to play better. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. The throws that he's making, he's missing them. He just needs to play better. KD Draw said, what do I think about the Chargers? The same way I felt about the Chargers the past decade. They're a team that just knows how to lose games. Even when they're winning, they find ways to lose. They're just like Detroit. Okay, big man hands. Stop playing. Double Ebron. Moving the chains. But yeah, when, oh no. Jesus Christ, can people stay healthy? No, you got 2 on the floor for Baltimore. No. Okay, at least Elliott's all right. He seems to be walking it off. Come on, man. Y'all can't get hurt, man. Seriously. God damn it. Hope we all right. This the same way I felt when I saw Ronnie Stanley get. I damn near threw my. I was wearing a hat. I threw my hat, man. Because you hate to see people compete at the highest level and they get hurt. It's a part of the game, but you don't want to see it, man. I don't care how bad the rivalry may be, unless your name's Vontaze Burfict. But I don't care how bad the rivalry may be. You don't want to see people get hurt, man. Golly. And what bothered me so much about Stanley was he just got paid. He had just gotten paid, and then bam, going for the season just like that. Brutal, man. My second favorite team, I don't have second favorite teams, but when I was younger and I had liked different teams in the NFC, because I felt you could only have one in the AFC and the NFC. If you have 2 in the same conference, I have an issue with that. It's weird. It bothers me. It's one of my pet peeves. But I like the Carolina Panthers. And then when Reggie Bush had gotten drafted by New Orleans, I'm like, oh man, I'm a fan of New Orleans. So if there was no team, if Pittsburgh didn't contend, I would say, if those 2 win, I ain't got no problems. But I don't just, check the scores. Did they win? I don't do that. Only for Pittsburgh. But then I'm watching the game, so I don't have to check to see if they won or not. But let me see the Patriots schedule. Right? The remaining Patriots schedule, who is a game winner on Nick Folk's foot, yeah. The Chargers, this is a winnable game because the Chargers just find ways to lose. Right? The Rams, which have been up and down all season, literally all season. The Dolphins, I'm going to give the Patriots an L there because for some apparent reason they always struggle when they play in Miami. I don't know why that is. They struggle when they play in Miami. And they beat Miami earlier this year. Lone Revolver put 5 on it, said Dougie P needs to give up the play calling. It's hurting Wentz. You're not wrong about that. It definitely is. It definitely is. It's like Bruce Arians play calling for Tom Brady. It's not going to work. Brady's game is not, let me launch it deep, all this other stuff. If you look at the history of Bruce Arians quarterbacks, they get sacked galore. They on the floor all the time. They getting hit left and right. The turnovers start hitting a high number because he got you holding the football. Oh, I'm gonna look at every single read. It's just doing the most, man. And Dougie P, the way he playing right now, with the way he's calling plays for Carson Wentz, I don't think it's a good idea, man. Ain't a good idea. I don't like it at all. I'm happy you caught it as well. I don't like it at all. But for the Patriots, Chargers, Rams, Dolphins, Bills, Jets. Personally, I think Bill Belichick will get them 4. I think Belichick can get them 4 out of 5. Or, pardon me, Belichick can get them 2 out of 5 at least. Cam got to do the rest. Cam got to do the rest. I'll tell you right now, the game against the Chargers, down to the wire. I ain't saying call on the powers of Nick Folk because that man don't got no powers. It was a genjutsu that he made 2 kicks. Why? Because it's 2020. 2020 so bad, Nick Folk is good. But I ain't talking about Nick Folk right now. All right? But I think the Patriots mess around and they can run the table. They might just be able to run the table, make it to the postseason, and then that's it. Bert said, why the Pittsburgh Steelers playing so garbage? I can't say they playing garbage. It's a divisional game. It's Pittsburgh-Baltimore, baby. You know it's going to be this kind of game. It's not that when you play against divisional opponents, there's no such thing as playing down to the competition. That don't exist. Let's just throw that out the door. Because a lot of people, they fall into that trap. There's no playing down to a competition when it's a divisional opponent. Both those teams know each other very well. You see each other twice a year. In a decade span, you would have saw each other 10 times. Most times, you don't play against a team in the same decade more than 4. And you're lucky if you see them 4. Matter of fact, you won't even see them 4 because you rotate divisions. Unless, of course, there's a rivalry amongst quarterbacks or amongst certain players that you see each other numerous times. But for the most part, it don't happen. Is that Jimmy Smith? No! No! Oh, boy. Baltimore losing everybody, man. Golly. Everybody's banged up. This not good, man. This not good. You've got to be kidding me. At least Big Ben is 6 to 6, 69 yards, but golly. At least on this drive. Not Jimmy, man. Russ Art says Steelers and Chiefs and AFC Championship. Here's a crazy prediction. Let me tell you this right now, and I'm gonna stick to these guns until if it happens. If the Raiders get the 7th seed, Pittsburgh has the 1 seed, and Kansas City has to play as the number 2 seed, Oakland's beating them in the playoffs. Oakland's team it's made to beat Kansas City. If there's one thing you can give John Gruden, this man can game plan for certain teams. Kansas City, John Gruden's Oakland team is built to beat Kansas City. That is it. That is literally it. And the 2 games, Oakland beat them the first time. It went down to the wire in the second, right? I know it sounds crazy, especially after seeing what Kansas City just did to Tampa Bay's defense. I know it sounds crazy, but let me tell you something. If they see each other in the postseason, I got my money on Gruden. I believe the Raiders can get it done. I believed it at the beginning of the season. I told people this Raiders team is better than people gave him credit for. A lot of people thought it was going to be the same old Gruden grinders, couldn't get the job done. Let me tell you something. I believe they can get it done in the postseason. I believe the Raiders can take down the Chiefs in the postseason. Now, it's not going to be no blowout sort of situation. It's going to be down to the wire. It's probably going to have to come off the foot of Daniel Carlson. But I do believe the Raiders, if they, barring injury, they can get the job done. Think about it. Go and watch the last 2 games. They're both divisional opponents. They know each other very well. And if you watch the way that Derek Carr played in those games, he played exceptional. The Raiders, the last game they lost against Atlanta, oh my God, they hands just for decoration. What are they doing today? My word. Holy smokes, head in the gutter. But think about it. Falcons smoked them. No, I'm not going to say they done. They're not done yet. But hear me out. If the Raiders somehow make the postseason and they the number 7 seed and Pittsburgh holds that number 1 seed and the Raiders play against Kansas City, don't be surprised if it's a game. Just saying, don't be surprised if it's a game. They divisional opponents. It's not going to be it's not going to be a cakewalk for nobody. Pittsburgh takes the lead 9-7 off the foot of Chris Boswell. Deontay, Chase Claypool, both their hands just for decoration. They're going to be sitting there looking like Orochimaru. All right, let me go find the damn clip. Why don't I do it live? We'll do it live. But think about it. I'm just saying, I know it sounds crazy after seeing the way the Chiefs been playing, but the Raiders, they are geared to beat the Chiefs. If there is any team that they are prepared to play, it is the Kansas City Chiefs. But Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, they're on the sideline right now asking themselves, what happened to my hands? Captain Steve said, thoughts on the Bears? They are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. You thought you could crown them? Well, you shouldn't have crowned their asses, because they are who we thought they were. Trash. Basura. Exactly what I thought. You don't got exceptional QB play. Nick Foles is only exceptional when he is in a green jersey that belongs in Philadelphia. What did he do when he played with the Rams? Nada. What did he do when he played with the Jags? Well, it was a pretty good game. But when he came back, nada. What did he do when he played with the Rams? Well, what he did when he played with the Bears. A lot of people saw, well, he beat Tom Brady. He beat him again. Oh, Nick Foles. No, he didn't. Foles wasn't out there looking like a god throwing the football. The Bears defense, I mean, there was some terrible calls against Green Bay, but the bottom line was they were still fixing to lose that game one way or another. The Bears are who we thought they were. Juan says, why hasn't Ben won an MVP yet? He hasn't had an MVP caliber season. This was the only year, this was probably the only year in which you can give him a nod in the MVP conversation. But the gap between Mahomes and Rodgers and Derrick Henry to Big Ben is so vast. Russell Wilson is in between because he had a 4-game span, which was absolutely atrocious. And then Ben is in that area of the tier 3 trying to get to the tier 2. Ben got to have a sensational last 5 games and go perfect if he wants to, win himself an MVP. But the way it's looking right now, Mahomes and Rodgers are right here. Derrick Henry is slightly underneath. Russell Wilson is still in the conversation, but now number 4. And then Ben and the others have to work their way back up. Cameron said, are the Browns overrated or underrated? Let me tell you something. The Browns aren't really rated. So I'm not going to say overrated or underrated. The Browns aren't. Nobody cares. Literally, the Browns are 8-3. 8+ wins for the first time since 2007. Nobody gives a fuck. Literally, nobody cares. Most people, they talk about the AFC North. Man, if Pittsburgh wins against Baltimore, they can clinch up, the AFC North. Like the Browns not 2 games behind. Well, if Pittsburgh loses, they'll be 2 games behind. Well, 2.5, because, Pittsburgh has the tiebreaker. Nobody cares. And the way that the Browns, let me say this, Baker's been playing better without Odell, but he's still missing throws. Him and Deshaun Watson were the only 2 QBs in the month of November who did not throw an INT. That's great, but it's not like Baker's playing great football. He just passed Dak Prescott for passing yards this season. Dak's foot been broke since week 5. It's not like the Browns looking great. They're not looking great. They're doing just enough to get by. If Jacksonville kicked an extra point instead of going for 2, they would have probably been in overtime, and who knows if they would have beat Jacksonville in the land of AEW. So for the Browns, I'm not saying they overrated. I'm not saying they underrated. We just got to figure out what they're doing, because they're above average by their record, not by their play on the football field. They literally do just enough to get by. They're not garbage. I'm not going to say they're God. They're not. And I would not be surprised if they mess around and miss the playoffs. or choke it up the last. They might go win 10 games and miss the postseason. Let me look at the remaining, the rest of their schedule. Let me look at the rest of their schedule. Come on, man. Oh, yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Put them in a sack of potatoes. Let me see the rest of the Browns schedule. Jorge says this game going to be ugly. Indeed it is. The Browns got to see O. Henry in Tennessee. They playing in Tennessee this weekend. So, Tennessee, Baltimore, both the Giants and then the Jets, and then the Steelers. I don't want to be disrespectful and say the Jets going to mess around and beat the Browns. I'm not going to do that. The Giants, if they had Daniel Jones, perhaps. And that's not even to say Daniel Jones some sort of threat, but perhaps. But the Browns got to see, Henry. And then Baltimore is going to be in a desperation sort of situation. So we'll have to see what happens. But Lamar should be back by the time that they play each other, because that's in 2 weeks. So Lamar should be back. We'll see. But I do feel like the Browns and the Ravens, they always have good games. But we'll see. Honestly, I think the Browns can mess around and drop the next 2 games. So we'll have to see how things play out. But give it some time. Mastodon said most 7 of their wins are against under 500 teams. Well, the thing is, you can't choose your schedule, so you got to be who shows up. The one thing that I never liked in at Ham in the building, what's going on? The one thing I never liked was when people say, somebody got an easy schedule. You play who's on the marquee. You play who shows up on the schedule. You don't get to pick, man, okay, we had this playoff team, that playoff team, that playoff team, that playoff team, that playoff team. We play against that person. At that point, you can kind of strength of schedule that matter, but at the end of the day, whoever lines up across from you, you got to go out there and, play a good game. That's it. Now, Pittsburgh sneaking out wins against damn near every team they played against, that can that could bring up some cause to pause. That could have you say, wait a minute, are they as good as their record is? But at the end of the day, to be unblemished, that matters. And for the Browns to be 8-3 at this point, that matters. That says they're doing something. So I'll give them their credit. Jeffrey Rose says Cody Parkey for MVP. Listen, do me a favor, all right? Do me a favor. Go into that bathroom again. All right, walk into that bathroom, look yourself in the mirror, slap what you see. Aviation says, hot take, Washington can win the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, they can. I don't got the latest Madden game, but I'm pretty sure if you play as Washington through a franchise mode, you can mess around and win the Super Bowl. As for actual football, real football, it ain't happening. Now, it's any given Sunday, it is. Any given Sunday, truly is. However, Washington, it's not happening. It ain't happening. It's not gonna happen. For one, although Antonio Gibson has been playing good, I don't believe their run game can be consistent against good defenses and the better teams that you're gonna see in the postseason. 2, their offense can't go blow for blow with the better offenses. If they play against Seattle, granted, Seattle's defense is absolute booty cheeks. So you should expect to see, at least Alex Smith go out there and throw the ball. But Alex Smith never went out there and throw for 400 yards to somebody's head. Russell Wilson going to tear up that. Well, then again, he's going to be running for his life. Washington D-line actually pretty damn good. But then again, Russell Wilson been running for his life the last half of the decade, so he'll be able to make it happen. All right? So I don't think they could beat Washington. I don't think Washington could beat Seattle. They definitely can't hang with Green Bay or New Orleans. If they see Tampa Bay, it might just be a damn slaughterhouse. It's not happening. That's a hot dog dream right there. The game said, who's my rookies of the year? Claypool, Jefferson, Herbert. Burrow would have probably messed around and had it locked because he was going to break a few NFL records. Right now, I think it should go to a wide receiver. I like Herbert. I like the way he plays, but he's just losing too many games. And Kyler, got it. Oh, Jesus. Ooh, Ben got rocked. But probably it should right now. Jefferson's moving on the rookie defensive player of the year. It's either going to be Winfield or I think Chin. Chin scored back-to-back touchdowns. That shouldn't just give you the nod, but there's also James Robinson from Jacksonville. He's playing great. Oh, I see people already wrote him in the chat. Yeah, he's playing great. Shit. Okay, so you got Justin Jefferson, Chase Claypool, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow will still be there, and then also you have James Robinson as well. Oh, there you go. You found your hands, Claypool. On defense, Chin, Winfield. Is there a linebacker who's playing great as well? No, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, rookie. No, he's out of that conversation now. Gibson's playing well, but I wouldn't give him ahead of. He's still not ahead of Robinson right now. He's scoring a lot of touchdowns, but he's not ahead of Robinson right now. Queen, yeah, Patrick Queen, he's playing pretty damn good too. Defensive rookie of the year. He's playing pretty damn good too. He's on the field. There it is right there. He's playing on the field. Chase Young. Chase Young's a monster, but he needs more production. It's on film, but he's not going to get that nod. Like if Aaron Donald ended the season with 0 sacks, he'll still be a first-team All-Pro. Chase Young doesn't have that nod yet. So you just need that production on the field. Unfortunately, statistics matter when it comes to the rookie years. It's not until you finally have your feet cemented in the game that they start to give you that nod and that respect, which is bullshit. But, it's unfortunately it's the reality of the situation. Like, remember in 2010, Revis had a hell of a year, but he had 0 interceptions. First team All-Pro with 0 interceptions, like goddamn. And I think somebody had 7 that year, and they didn't even make the Pro Bowl. P1 gave CD Lamb. Oh, he beat Bob Hayes, rookie reception. Yeah, but that's nothing. Receptions now, it's nothing. It's a throwing league now. Franchise records or reception record or attempts record, it's not. It doesn't mean what it used to be no more. It's a different kind of game that's being played now. Come on now, hold on to the football. Right now, Pittsburgh is up 9-7 with 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Winfield is pretty good. Who I have for MVP right now, it's Mahomes. Right now, it's Mahomes MVP to lose. Rodgers is literally right there. Rodgers is literally right there. At first, I had the nod to Rodgers, and then I saw Mahomes' game. And I said, you know what? Right now, it's Mahomes MVP to lose. Rodgers is right here. Henry is literally right here. The only thing that's holding Derrick Henry back is the fact that the Chiefs are 10-1. And the Packers, Rodgers is a quarterback. King Henry is literally right there. It's so close between the three. Russell Wilson, had he not had those 4-game fuck-ups, he'd have been my far and away MVP. Because I've been cheering Wilson's praises for too goddamn long. He needs an MVP. It's never happened. He never even got a damn vote. It's long overdue. It need to happen. Josh Allen, no. Early in the season, yes. It was him, Wilson were the 2 front runners, and then they both had some tumultuous weeks. Desmond says Dolphin playoffs, and a few people had asked about the Dolphins playoffs. It's very tough to identify. Oh my word, this man's hands just for decoration. Everybody here's hands just for decoration. God damn. The more that you see Pittsburgh have to settle for field goals, the closer this game's going to be down the stretch. Let me tell you something. It's not too far off to see Baltimore have to go down this field and score right now. I think RG3 can probably take them down the field here and score. Truly, I think he can. They're going to make this field goal here. Pittsburgh's going to lead by 5. It's going to be 12-7. And watch, just before halftime, Baltimore fixing to walk down the field. Golly. The last style bender said the play calling is garbage. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I can't blame the play calling for Pittsburgh playing so piss poor right now. Let me put it on the screen. Let me write, just so we know what the score is. Let's see. We'll put Berg 12. We'll put Berg 12. We're not going to do the big ass numbers yet, because Nancy still kind of got a, perhaps I thought I had no restrictions. And we'll go Flock 7. The Berg 12, the Flock 7. So now we know. DJ Davis said, am I going to do the NBA tip-off games? Somebody asked me during the premiere of the commentary. I may possibly be live the entire NBA tip-off day. Or NBA on Christmas. I might just be live for all of it. Really depends on, what I have to do on that particular day regarding the commentary and things of that nature. So we'll see. Yeah, Duke, it's poor execution. That's the situation for Pittsburgh right now. Absolute poor execution. And if you guys haven't already, download the Hot Mic app. Use the promo code Adonis so you can possibly win yourself Xbox X or PS5. Makai said, how do I feel about the Giants leading? They fixing to lose it. Demetrius said, is the Detroit Lions over or underrated? They're rated exactly where they should be right now. Losers. But the Detroit is just like the Chargers. I said a little bit earlier. They're better than what their record says they are. They just find ways to lose. Like Minnesota this year. Those are the 3 teams this year who simply could not get out of their own way. And Detroit been doing this for years. The Chargers been doing that for years. Minnesota, not so much. But they simply cannot get out of their own way. Detroit should be in the postseason every single year. If you go back and watch their games from the past 5 years, there's maybe 2 seasons where they literally have been bottom feeders. Last year, Detroit should have won 12 games. They should have won 12 games. They found ways to lose. This year, the Chargers lit the last 3 years, really. What last 2? This year and last year. The Chargers should have, right now, they should have 6 or 7 wins. Matter of fact, they should have 7. They just find ways to lose. The Falcons a little bit different. Now, they are notorious with blowing leads after, the Super Bowl and things of that nature. They're a little bit different. Because they've earned losses. They've had moments in which they've blown leads, but they've had other games in which they were not going to win. Nathan says, do I think the Titans can make a Super Bowl push? Yes. Because they're geared to win games down the stretch. However, their defense concerns me. They can definitely make a playoff push, but their defense concerns me. I'm confident in Tennessee's offense. I am confident in their offense. Ryan Tannehill has been playing revitalized his career. Let me tell you something. After watching the way Tannehill been playing these last 2 seasons, fuck Adam Gase. Fuck Adam Gase. Because who's to say when Tannehill was in Miami, he wasn't capable of this, but it was Adam Gase that forced him to look like garbage. And let me tell you something. I want Sam Darnold to come to Pittsburgh. Let Mason Rudolph go. Let Devlin Duck Hodges go. If they let Sam Darnold walk, get him in Pittsburgh. And in a few years, when Aaron Rodgers is fixing to leave Green Bay, because he will leave Green Bay, come to Pittsburgh. Kevin says, my underdog pick to make the Super Bowl Underdog pick to make the Super Bowl. Oh, there he goes. What I tell you? I would not be surprised if RG3 put together a drive. I told you. Underdog team to make it to the Super Bowl. Indianapolis. In the AFC. In the NFC. Initially, my pick was going to be Arizona, but they've been so wishy-washy. I can't say Titans. I can't say Titans because the Titans they nearly did it last year. So I can't say Titans. I'm not going to say the Buccaneers because the Buccaneers, regardless of the fact that they 7-5 and dropped 2 straight games and 3 straight at home, because Tom Brady is there, you still have the respect. So you can't really necessarily call them an underdog. Buffalo is a tricky one for me. Buffalo's a very tricky one for me because I feel like they're pretenders, not real contenders. They still need to prove a little bit more to me. But in the NFC, I have no faith in the Rams. I don't think there's an underdog. I think the NFC is going to be very top heavy. I don't think it's possible in the NFC. In the AFC, I think somebody can shock somebody. Don't say no. Washington, no, it's not going to. Texans, they're not going to make it to the playoffs. Seattle's defense is far too ass, so I have no faith. I don't. It has to be the AFC. It's either the Colts, and I guess you could throw in Titans. I guess you could. It'll have to be. You ask all underdog teams, it'll have to be the Colts or it'll have to be the Titans. It's one of the two. The Vikings not going to make the postseason. Take the L out of love. It's over, brother, for them. The Raiders, Clyde, I'll tell you this. The Raiders, I said if they make it to the postseason as a 7th seed, did he pull a hammy? What just happened to Art? Oh, no. Did he pull a hammy? Oh, RG3 really just, I hope he ain't pull a hammy. Oh. I really just hope he was slipping on the turf. I hope he ain't pull a hammy, man. Do they have any backup QBs? Was McSorley activated? Everybody been cheering for Trace McSorley to happen, but goddamn. Oh boy, not again. Come on, RG3. But I said he'd take him down the field, did I not? Told you. A lot of people calling for the Trace time. My leg? Gerard said, would I consider the Cleveland if they beat the Titans? If Cleveland beats Tennessee, they'll be my underdog team to possibly make it to the Super Bowl. And it sounds crazy saying Cleveland and Super Bowl in the same breath, but if I had to choose one, I would say Cleveland. It's going to happen? No. It's not my prediction. But if they beat Tennessee, they now take that number 1 slot of underdog teams to possibly make it to the Super Bowl. DJ Davis said, "What do I think about the Miami Vice uniform? I don't like them. I don't like how it's split between. I'm not a big fan of it." Well, everybody's saying McSorley time. Well, goddamn. All right. The YouTuber says, Chiefs Saints Super Bowl. Does New Orleans have a shot against the Chiefs? Yes. Yes, they do. But Kansas City, what's crazy about Kansas City, they giving me 2011 Green Bay Packers vibes. They literally, the whole season, I want to say, yo, that's that. I just feel like they fixing to get upset. And I'm not saying that because Pittsburgh is undefeated in the number 1 slot and I just want my team to win Super Bowl. Kansas, I don't know what it is. But it doesn't feel like they unbeatable. It feel like they gonna get in their own way at one point. I don't know why. But they give me 2011 Green Bay Packers vibes. It's very bizarre. Their team literally they should run the table, go to the Super Bowl, not lose another game, 18-1, but they win. Sorry, Patriots fans. But I don't know why. I just feel like Kansas City, they not going to get it done. I don't know why. Yeah, RG3 seemed to be all right. He jogging. I feel the same way about Pittsburgh. Nothing is lined up for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh does not. They are not a lock for a Super Bowl. They're not a lock for the 1 seed. They're not a lock for nothing right now. Don't get me wrong. I ain't one of these Steelers fans. We undefeated going to the Super Bowl. No, got to take it one game at a time. It's literally one game at a time. King says, "Are we booing Goodell at halftime?" Well, I'll have to boo Goodell during the second half because I'm fixing to get me something to eat during halftime. We're going to have to listen to Dragon Ball Z music. Matter of fact, I should put on one of my commentaries to pass the time. I'll probably do that. I'll have my commentary play during halftime. Pittsburgh sports fan said Pittsburgh needs a bye week. Indeed. I had put on Twitter. I said not only are they playing to win, not only are they playing for possible perfection, they're playing for rest. This is going to be the first time in a long time that a team desperately needs a bye just so they can exhale for 1 week. Because everybody talks about, well, Pittsburgh's bye week was in week 4. They practiced the whole week. And although this game kept getting postponed, they were still practicing. Mike Tomlin may have gave them days off, but they never had a moment in which they could, yo, we don't got no game this week. You still got a game plan. You still got to do everything. So it's been brutal. Michael says he's an Alvin Kamara fan. Alvin Shinsuke Nakamura fan. Sasquatch says, why is Watt chasing receivers? They put him in coverage. Sports Nation says Xavier Howard is so underrated. He's a great corner. Underrated? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he doesn't have the popular name, so he's not thrown in there. I guess you could say, yes, that's overrated. I think, I guess you could say he's underrated. Because when you talk about best corners in the league, his name gets kept out for reasons I wish I understood. So that's fair. That's definitely fair. Because when you think best corners in the league, who comes to mind? You have your Stephon Gilmores. A lot of people think he fell off this season. Man had COVID and things of that nature, and they're having a very rough year. It's not like the man's trash. Let's not do that. Gilmore, Tre'Davious White, Jalen Ramsey. Joe Hayden doesn't get the respect that he deserves anymore because, he was getting, toast left and right with his final days in Cleveland. And he's been playing exceptional since he came to Pittsburgh. But again, he's just like Xavier Howard right now, not really getting his respect. Steven Nelson actually is top 3 in coverage percentage, if I'm not mistaken. So he's not getting the respect he deserves either. Inside the 5, what I tell you. They're going to put together a drive here. What I tell you. Bradbury. Oh, Bradbury's playing very good. Alex said, do I think Pittsburgh might go 16-0? It's a possibility, but they need to go 11-0 first. Joseph said, what made me a Steelers fan? It was the year 2000, week 4 of the NFL season. I just came back from church. I was watching Pittsburgh play against the Jets. In fact, I turned the television on, and then I saw in the second quarter a large man by the name of Jerome Bettis run into the end zone. I've never seen a fat man move that smoothly and so nimbly. So I said, all right, I like this team. I started playing on my N64 NFL quarterback 2001. I used to always play with the Green Bay Packers because Brett Favre was on the cover. At that time, I called him Brett Favor because my brother didn't know English, and he kind of passed that down to me. Well, he did know English. He just didn't speak it very well. Why? Because the man was simply incompetent when it came to doing schoolwork. But we ain't talking about that right now. Shout out to Unchiseled Adonis. But I started playing with Pittsburgh Steelers and went undefeated for reasons I wish I could understand. All I did was run with Jerome Bettis, and you press A, you slowly put down the shoulder, and he ran over everybody. And that was more than enough to make me a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And then the following year in 2001, they went to the AFC Championship, and then Troy Brown happened. But I've been a Pittsburgh Steelers fan for 20 years. Tim Dragon says, who's the modern day Chris Carter? All they do is catch touchdowns? Modern day Chris Carter. Mike Evans? No. I don't think there's one. Modern day Chris Carter. I don't think there's one. Carlo says you've been a fan since 75. Well, god damn. Oh, the Gus Bus didn't make it. Well, they better hurry up and spike. They better hurry up and spike. Wow, Edmonds is being a douche. Wow, Edmonds being a douche. And Williams too. Wow, they ran. Oh no, they went for a play. They got it. No. No, Baltimore, why? Wow. What? Harbaugh, oh, I don't even think I could blame Harbaugh on this, man. I think that's just solely on RG3. Matter of fact, no, they came into this planning for multiple plays. What in the world? Oh, my word. Is that Owen Wilson? Why? I think that, no, is that Luke Wilson? I said Owen Wilson. Wow. Kijan says, would I let Mike Tyson uppercut me for $1 million? Indeed, I would. I'll tell you that right now. $1 million could get me a great dental plan. TJ Elton said, why does James Washington still get snaps? I'd rather see Ray used as a fourth receiver. I beg to differ. I like Washington as the fourth string, receiver. I like it. I think he still is effective at that position. Oh my word. Wow. Wilson, what happened to his hands? Something wrong with him. But we had halftime. The Berg leading 12-7, and there will be getting the football to open up the second half. In the meantime, let me go and grab a commentary to watch during halftime. Or we can just put on, well, let me see. What is here? Surely there is something that we can. Why not? Week 12 just passed. We can always go through week 12. Let me go and find. We could do a classic commentary. Let's do a classic commentary from last year, huh? We'll do last year's week 8. We'll do last year's week 8. God damn, 126K view. Who's watching this? Oh, this was when Saquon stiff-armed the Lions. Yes, that's right. That's good classic commentary right there. No, we're not going to do week 17. I know everybody want to see the Jameis. Week 17, 45 minutes long, man. That joint longer than the son of a bitch. Week 17 commentary from last year longer than a Monday. It don't make no damn sense why it took that damn long. Remember when my commentaries were under 6 minutes? Remember them days? Now you're getting a half an hour. You're getting half an hour. It's ridiculous. But let's go. We'll watch the commentary week 8 of last year.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy Football Sunday and welcome back to Hold My Nugget Studios for your 2019 NFL Week 8 game highlight commentary. We start down in Jacksonville. 70s porn star mustache, Gardner Minshew looking over the middle. He's got Keelan and Kel Cole in the end zone. Touchdown Jacksonville. Fellow writer of the Mayflower Compact, Adam Vinatieri lines up for the field goal. It's sailing.
Here we go.
Oh, shit.
Grab it, man! Grab it! Hurry! Hurry! I got this!
God damn, Jameis Winston turned over more balls than a nanny changing infants' diapers at an all-boys daycare. The Cupid Shuffle still playing cause Will Lutz's kick is sailing. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. The Tennessee Crips in the swoop zone. Ryan, Jack, and Jill went up the Tanner Hills, got his man. Touchdown, Tennessee. Mariota's never getting his job back. Here come the Giants, baby. Discount Eli Manning. Danny Dimes takes the snap. Fumble on the play. Live football. Detroit would go into the end zone for a Lions touchdown. It may have been Danny Dimes who fumbled, but he looked a whole lot like vintage Eli Manning. Think fast. Porn star Jimmy G's got a man. But he plays for the other team. Pass intercepted by Luke Kuechly. Quarter Chubb, half a Chubb, full Chubb. Hey! Nick Chubb got the Butterfingers on display. Fumbles on the play. It's recovered by Hightower. He'd activate his dreadlock powers. Go into the end zone for a Patriots touchdown. The Cleveland Browns came in with so much promise, but Dennis Green must have been right. He's rolling over in his graves because they are who we thought they were. Bums! Nothing but bums! Very next play from scrimmage, toss over to Nick Chubb. He'd run through a hole as wide as a Kardashian's vagina at a Mandingo Warrior convention. He's headed towards the end zone. Fingers! His hands are just for decoration. Recovered by New England. Out to Jacksonville we go. Sam, I look like a Lego police officer. Darnold looking towards his right. Happy tight end day. He'd connect with Ryan Peter Griffin. He'd run over a Jaguar, go into the end zone for a Jets touchdown. Time to go to the dealership and shop some automobiles. Derek's vehicle would connect with Hunter Renfrow. 2 Texans would miss, and it's time to get educated. Get connected for free with the White People Connection. Get connected for free. Derek vehicle to Hunter Renfrow for the Raiders. TD. Go, go, Gruden Grinders. Meanwhile, in the 313, Matthew, I'm overpaid. How the hell did I get all this money without winning a playoff game? Stafford going deep. He's got his man in the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. One quick look at Julio Jones and the rest of the Falcons nation. On the next scrimmage play for the Browns, yoink. Did Baker Mayfield just toss the ball directly to the defensive lineman? He must have started the Patriots defense on his fantasy team, and he's just getting lucky. 3 consecutive offensive plays, 3 consecutive turnovers. This is ridiculous. I thought Baker Mayfield was the only pastry chef. Evidently, the entire Browns organization is cooking up apple turnovers. Eddie Pinheiro from 33 yards. Off the upright, no good. Is that Eddie Pinheiro? Or is it Doink the Clown, Cody Parkey? I'd rather have my sister date Tristan Thompson than get pregnant than have you as my kicker. Put your motherfucking head back down. Think fast, Sam. I look like a Lego police officer. Darnold would tell one Jaguar, get your bitch ass off me. Looking towards his left, got a man. Yoink. But he plays for the other team. Pass intercepted by Jacksonville. Hey, Sam, no big deal. It's still early. Not like you go throw another interception, right? You got your eyes checked because last time you kept seeing Back to Star Foxborough we go for the Lolly Lule Low. Tom Brady, he'd connect with Julian P.E.D. Edelman. He'd go into the end zone. 17-point lead for the Patriots. The Texans in that colored zone. Rosetta Stone Hindi motherfucker. As Deshaun Watson takes the snap, he'd say you can stop Sherlock Holmes, but you can't stop Watson. He'd find his man who'd go into the end zone for the Texans touchdown. Back to Jacksonville we go. 70s porn star mustache. Gardner Minshew rolling right. He's got a man. It's Double C, closed caption, and Chris Conley. He goes 70 yards into the end zone for a Jags touchdown. They'd regain the lead. Think fast. Porn star Jimmy G hands the ball off to Tevin Gary Coleman. He'd go flying into the end zone for another 49ers touchdown. Back to Tennessee we go. Jameis Crablegs Winston must have had some whiskey because he's throwing the ball straight to Malcolm Butler. There wasn't a damn Buccaneer anywhere near the football. This man must have worse eyes than Helen Keller. Who was he throwing the ball to? Good Lord in heaven. Jameis is garbage. Anti-condom, no pull-out poppy. Old man Rivers. Intercepted by Kyle Fuller. He'd return the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're going to do the basic step. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha, real smooth.
The Tennessee Crips in the swoop zone once again. Ryan, Jack, and Jill went up the Tannehill looking left. He's got Sharp in the end zone. Touchdown Titans. Out to Buffalo Wild Wings we go. Josh Allen takes the snap, rolling right. He's got Coleslaw Beasley. Touchdown Bills. They take the lead over Philly. Meanwhile, in the land of the gays, porn star Jimmy G would find Tevin Gary Coleman. He'd go into the end zone for his second touchdown on the day. His left and right testicle is exposed. Battle of the Birds down in Atlanta. Russell, I turned a hoe into a housewife. Wilson would find created character DK Metcalf in the end zone. Touchdown Seattle. They take the lead. One quick look at those Falcons fans. Out to the UK, baby. Jared, I look like Ryan Gosling. Goff would connect with Reynolds, who'd go into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Back to H-Town we go. Derek vehicle. Play action fake. Rolling right. He's got Darren Waller, and much like a rapist in the night, you can't stop him from scoring. Touchdown, Raiders. We reppin' Gruden. Gruden. Grinders. We reppin' Gruden. Gruden. Grinders. We reppin' Gruden. Gruden, Grinders. We are the Gruden Grinders. Here come the Falcons, baby. Matt Schaub. Give me that. Well, I'll be damned. Matt Schaub is still in his prime. Back to Star Foxborough we go. Cleveland pastry chef Baker Mayfield looking towards the end zone. He's got his man. Cleveland is finally on the board. O-H-I-O. The Bengals scored. They ain't shit. It don't matter if they scored a damn touchdown. They not gonna win a damn game. The Bengals are garbage. Put them in a Glad commercial. Take the L out of lover. It's over, brother. Your season done. I am astonished there are Bengals fans in the UK. First you got a bad dental plan and then you choose to cheer for the Bengals? Do you not like life? Why would you put yourself through this misery? Please do not reproduce. Meanwhile, in New Orleans, the most Latavius of Murrays would find his way into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Fun fact, breaking the fourth wall here. I went to New Orleans this past Sunday, and let me tell you, the beignets are overrated. I went to Cafe Du Monde, and I went to Cafe Beignet. Them shits ain't no better than a Zapoli in New York. Save your money. Don't travel for no doggone beignets. Now I'm going back to the highlights. It's 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line, and Seattle has the football. That looks familiar, but they'd run it into the end zone for the score. But we all remember, it's really crazy, like they fucking gave me Skittles when they could have gave me the ball. Well, maybe if you talk to the media, I would have gave you the rock, but since you was all, I'm only here so I don't get fined, I don't want to talk to the media. I wanted Russell to win the MVP.
Grow the hell up and get over it.
Danny Dimes leading a comeback. He'd find Darius Slayton back-to-back drives. The Giants would tie up the game. Actually, they didn't. They missed the extra point. It's actually going to be 14-13. I don't know why I said they were about to tie up the game. You know damn well this is the Giants. They some bums. They find a way to beat themselves. Time for a little bit of trickery. Hand off to Cooper. 2 girls, 1 cup. Back to Ocarina of Time. Robert Woods. Jared Goff finds Cooper. The fuck happened to the cornerback? Hold on, run that back. The camera angles is elite because you would have never saw it coming. Look how quick the camera cut this man on the floor. Did Chuck Norris snipe him? Who pushed him out of the air? Homie slipped all over a banana like.
Holy shit.
And Cooper, 2 girls, 1 cup would go running into the end zone, remixing Toby Keith. It's Cooper Cup, and he's filling the scoreboard up. He scored a touchdown. He scored a touchdown. The Patriots line up for the field goal.
Shit out here, nigga.
And now go Chargers, go.
The Los Angeles Android Chargers would open up their Bibles to 2nd Dreadlocks 2 versus 33. Melvin Gordon fumbled last week back-to-back. Just in the power of Dreadlocks, you'll get back on track for a Chargers touchdown. They take the lead. Out to San Francisco we go, and I've never seen one man orchestrate a gangbang by himself. Like Tevin Coleman is rubbing his nutsack and giving all of the shaft to the Carolina Panthers defense. This is 3rd touchdown on the day. His whole nutsack is exposed. Happy tight end day, baby. Carson Wentz would find Dallas Goedert in the end zone. Touchdown Eagles. They regain the lead. Speaking of tight ends, I was in a tight end earlier, but it don't got nothing to do with football.
What are you, gay?
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
The necrophilia continues in Atlanta. Might I add, DK Metcalf was wide open. Somebody unplugged the Falcons controller, but they may be dead. But somehow, they're still getting fucked. One quick look at Matt Ryan. Hey, look, the Buccaneers making a comeback out of nowhere. Jameis Crablegs Winston wouldn't turn the football over, surprisingly. He'd find Mike Evans participating in the 10 toes down challenge for a Buccaneers touchdown. They'd cut within 2. Vincent Van Gogh's next door neighbor, Adam Vinatieri, would line up for the field goal just before halftime. He'd knock it through the uprights, and it's good. 3 points for the Colts. Back to Buffalo Wild Wings we go. Opening possession for the Philadelphia Eagles in the second half. Miles Sanders running through Bills like a harlot sugar baby with a black credit card into the end zone for the Eagles touchdown. Good Lord in heaven, somebody tell porn star Jimmy G you can't shoot bullets with your gun on safety. 2 for your mistakes. How you gonna cream pie?
Get out of here, last year me. So I'm gonna have to cause YouTube evidently decided we want to shut off the doggone stream. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to go down and then come back up. So I don't think it's possible for me to do it while I'm already. So give me, I should be able to get past before, I should be back up before the first drive is over. So give me a second. I should be able to come back up. I'll be right back.